Learn about AWS S3 CORS, and here CORS stand for Cross Origin Resource Sharing, right? So let us understand what actually CORS is and how we can do it, right? And in the coming video, we are going to see a practical demonstration where we are going to actually implement CORS in AWS S3, and that will be a small mini project for us, all right? So let's start with CORS. So CORS is a security feature implemented in web browser that control how web pages can request resources from different domain, and these are also known as cross origin request. In order to make this into simpler terms, what we are going to do and what actually CORS is, it is basically requesting resources from different locations, right? So let us consider that you have an image, you have an index.html file which you have created, and it has multiple images, right? So the images through which from the server it is coming from is located at Europe. So what you are going to do is you are going to store those images, that image JPEG file or that image HTML file into Europe region, and the index.html will be in, let's say, US East 1, right? So when the user hits the page that is index.html, he'll be able to access it. Now, when it comes to rendering the image, those image will be loaded from Europe region, right? So that is basically cross-origin resource sharing, where the resources uh, are located based out of their origin from the second primary locations, right? Okay, so let us understand CORS in origin, how we can implement it. So basically, AWS S3 allows the configuration for CORS for enabling cross-origin requests from specific domains. Why it is useful? So basically, the use case it is used for hosting a web application on a domain for accessing S3 resources from another domain. Okay, so basically, when we say about configuration, there is a small JSON file that we need to write for configuring CORS. So basically, here we are going to write this CORS file, which we will be implementing in the next one. So let us understand what actually each of these mean, right? So the first one is allowed headers authorization. So here, allowed header specifies which headers can be included in the actual request, right? And when I say allowed method, so it can be it defines the HTTP method, and method can be get, post, put. Okay, so these are the methods that we are talking about. Now, allowed origins. Okay, so from which origin it should be allowed to access the resources, that is basically allowed origins. And expose header, so basically it identifies the headers exposed to the browser. And max 8 seconds, which is set to 3000. So it basically defines how long the browser should cache the pre-flight response. Okay, so that was all. And now let us cover the use cases of S3 CORS, and then we'll wrap up this one. So basically, it is useful for hosting a static website. So if you are hosting a static website on S3 and you want to load the assets like image, fonts, or script from another domain, you go for AWS CORS. Second is APIs and microservices. So if you want to access S3 resources from an API hosted on another region, you can definitely go for CORS. Third is third-party integration. So when you want to integrate a third-party tool that need to fetch resources from your S3 bucket, at that time you can definitely consider CORS as the best option, right? So that was all about AWS S3 CORS, cross-origin resource sharing, where we are accessing resource from another location. All right. So see you in the next demonstration where we are going to practically demonstrate how CORS actually works. All right. So yeah, that was all. See you in the next one.